The Golden State Warriors and Jonathan Kuminga, after a months-long standoff, finally agreed to a new contract. The fifth-year forward signed a 2-year extension worth $48.5 million and agreed to a team option in the second season. Kuminga has made it known that he doesn't want to be traded, especially in the middle of the season. His new contract contains no no-trade clause, however, so his future is in the Warriors' hands. With teams like the Miami Heat interested in Kuminga and Golden State reeling from a slow summer, the relationship between player and team may be patched for now, but the conflict is really only starting. Golden State Warriors expected to trade Kuminga. Kuminga has made it clear that he values individual control over cash. The Warriors didn't budge on giving him a player option, however. In his eyes, he is in a less-than-ideal situation. The Warriors, it seems, are happy to take calls on their young star. The mounting expectation, wrote insider Jake Fisher for the Stein line, is that the Warriors will make Kuminga available in the trade market once he becomes eligible to be dealt on January 15th. The Warriors' relationship with Kuminga is strained, to say the least. On top of that, he isn't the best three-point shooter, and his two-way impact is heavily negated by Jimmy Butler. He is clearly expendable, and the Warriors could use him to fill a position of need on the trade market. Kuminga trade rumors are predictable. The Warriors were offered several sign-and-trade packages this summer. Kuminga drew interest from the Phoenix Suns, New Orleans Pelicans, Chicago Bulls, Sacramento Kings, and Heat. Now that he's signed through the next 2 seasons, the Warriors have an added degree of flexibility, and Kuminga doesn't have to agree to go anywhere. The Warriors planned that all along. Kuminga trade rumors are predictable. The Warriors were offered several sign-and-trade packages this summer. Kuminga drew interest from the Phoenix Suns, New Orleans Pelicans, Chicago Bulls, Sacramento Kings, and Heat. Now that he's signed through the next 2 seasons, the Warriors have an added degree of flexibility, and Kuminga doesn't have to agree to go anywhere. The Warriors planned that all along. Golden State was steadfast from the jump that the final year in either a 2- or a 3-year contract structure must be a team option, and proved equally stubborn with its demand in a 2-year deal that Kuminga had to waive his right to block any trade that materializes this season as a 1-year bird, Fisher added. Kuminga won't be put on the market until January 15th, so he will have 2.5 months of regular season play to establish his value in Golden State. The prevailing opinion is that he won't be given a chance to stick around. Stephen Curry appeared weary of the ongoing conversation around Jonathan Kuminga after the Golden State Warriors opened the preseason with a 111-103 win over the Los Angeles Lakers on Sunday night. When asked to assess Kuminga's showing, Curry kept his answer short and measured. "I'm not going to overanalyze every minute he's out there," Curry said. "It's not good for anybody. It's just, can we win? Can he be a part of that, no matter how it looks? I'm excited for him to get his legs underneath him and keep building." Back to business after Warriors contract drama. Kuminga returned to action following a tense contract negotiation that stretched into training camp. Despite the off-court tension, the 23-year-old forward looked sharp in limited minutes, finishing with 5 points on 2 of 3 shooting, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 block. The Warriors were +7 during his 15 minutes off the bench. "Like we said at Media Day, that stuff is part of the business," Curry said. And when he showed up Thursday, it was business as usual. Just come in, play, give effort, continue to try to get better. Kuminga recently signed a 2-year, $48.5 million deal with a team option and a 15% trade kicker, ending months of uncertainty that delayed the Warriors' free agent moves. Curry keeps focus on bigger picture. Curry, now entering his 17th season, made it clear he's not reading too much into preseason numbers, especially after a summer full of speculation surrounding Kuminga's future and Steve Kerr's expiring contract. "There's not much to take away from a preseason game," Curry said. "We didn't do any personnel scouts or anything. It was just, can you get your wind underneath you, get up and down, get your timing, and just get used to the sights and the sounds of a full arena again." Curry's tone reflected a focus on continuity and chemistry rather than individual performances. For a veteran core led by Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler, the goal is to re-establish rhythm early, not dwell on preseason stat lines. Kerr encouraged by Kuminga's energy. Warriors coach Steve Kerr praised Kuminga's effort and instincts, noting how quickly the young forward adjusted after missing early camp practices. "I thought he played well," Kerr said. "Obviously, he missed the first couple of days of practice, so he was a little bit behind on some of the stuff we were doing. But JK made a couple of great passes in transition. In the second and third quarters, the game really flowed for us. Our transition and spacing were great. That's what we've been working on all week." Kerr views Kuminga's athleticism and energy as key components for a team looking to regain its championship form after last season's disappointing playoff exit. Winning cures everything. The Warriors will continue to evaluate their rotation as the preseason unfolds, but for now, the message from Curry and Kerr is clear: no overreactions, no distractions. Kuminga, once a symbol of Golden State's two-timeline tension, is back to work. And Curry, as always, is focused on one thing: winning. Could the Golden State Warriors front court get even better before the end of the 2025-26 season? According to Blue Man Hoops' Peter O'Keefe, it should be viewed as a possibility at the very least, making the organization's recent Al Horford the start of something great in the Bay. Specifically, O'Keefe believes that the Utah Jazz's disgruntled 7-foot star could wind up on the Warriors sooner than many expect. Last week, Tony Jones of The Athletic reported that the Jazz and Walker Kessler will not reach an agreement on a rookie-scale contract extension, O'Keefe wrote last Tuesday. Combine the lack of an extension with Kessler's Media Day comments. He stated that he's frustrated with the situation, and teams around the league, including the Warriors, should already be keeping an eye on the 24-year-old as a potential midseason trade target. If Kessler becomes available and if Golden State would be willing to pay him as a restricted free agent, then they should certainly explore the idea of bringing someone in who can fortify the interior over the long term. Kessler, whose two-way talent was on display during his first 2 seasons with the Jazz, was an impressive low-post performer again in year 3. The Auburn product averaged 11.1 points, 12.2 rebounds, and 2.4 blocks per game in 58 outings, shooting 66.3% from the field in 58 outings. Although Kessler wouldn't be a pick-and-pop threat with Stephen Curry in the Bay, he's a 19.6% career three-point shooter. He could be depended upon to thrive as a patient and long-armed roller alongside the 4-time NBA champion guard. Additionally, Kessler's stellar rim protection and knack for tracking down defensive boards would allow Golden State's guards to play a more risky brand of perimeter defense, knowing there's reliable help on the backside. With the 24-year-old center not on great terms with the Jazz, the Warriors should be licking their chops as they begin assessing the trade market.